What do you eat takes you from a good day to a maximal day. Hello everyone, it's Mazen. Welcome to the Maximal Life. Imagine standing at a fork in the road. One way leads you to an energetic life, a life of well-being, where work is meaningful, family time is joyous, personal fulfillment is at its peak, good health is on your side. And then there is the other path that leads you to a roller coaster of life, where you seesaw between high and low energy, where fatigue and tiredness comes in the way of performance, where family is always complaining about not getting enough quality time with you, where you have hardly any energy or willingness left to pursue your own passion and hobbies, where each day seems a drag and life feels like it's weighing down on you. Which path would you choose? I know it's hard to even think about this as a fair choice. Every single one of us would choose the first path. The choice is quite clear when we hear it put so succinctly. But hear this, in practice, many of us are unknowingly choosing the second path through our habits and our choices. Many of us made choices unconsciously long ago, and those choices formed habits that we are not even aware of, but affect our everyday lives by taking us down the second path. But that can change right now. Moving forward, we can all choose the first path, the better life, the maximal life. And it all starts with the input versus output. If the input into your body is positive, the output you get will be positive. The opposite is equally true. Feed the human body negative inputs, and we can hardly expect it to perform optimally. In today's episode, I'm going to break it down for you and show you how you can use science to create the life you've always wanted to live. We can all choose to control the controllable. I have this friend who's an investment banker, high-powered job, successful, a lot of money, yet he looks 10 years older than his age. He has hardly any time for himself or his family. When he does have time, he has no energy left to spend quality time doing anything enjoyable or playful with his wife and kids. His two kids are now 6 and 4, and they haven't played catch with him even once in the garden. Not once. They have gone out for ice cream on weekday after work. His wife sorely misses spending quality time with him. After a late dinner, he simply just slumps down on the sofa, TV remote on hand, and lazes away until bedtime, sometimes falling asleep on his own sofa. His waist is expanding, his hair is thinning. With all his money, his life is sorely missing human connections. You see, connection is like the pharmacy of our life that keep us going. Connection infuses us with vital elements and hormones that has the most beneficial impact on our health and our well-being. Now, sure, some things in life can seem beyond our control. Deadlines, work pressures, and competition. We're battling every day to stay on top of emails, meetings, projects. But some things are entirely controllable. I'm talking about energy. It's up to us to control the controllable. Energy is the antidote for whatever we lack physically, mentally, or emotionally. All we need is to make the right choices, feed our bodies the right inputs to maximize this energy. We are what we eat. Our nutritional input determines our performance output. It is an equation that has been proven by every living being for all of time. It was as true 1,000 years ago as it was yesterday, as it will be tomorrow. Just like filmmaker Morgan Spurlock said, "Sorry, there is no magic bullet. You gotta eat healthy and live healthy to be healthy and look healthy." End of a story. Get this, not all calories are equal. A Harvard-based study that examined over 100,000 people over 2 decades helps us understand how our nutritional input determines our productivity output. The foods we eat directly impact our energy level. It impacts our focus and productivity throughout the day. Counting calories alone does not ensure that we receive optimal nutrition. It's vital that we choose foods that are nutrient-rich, The type of food we eat is more important than the total number of calories we ingest. Quality trumps quantity here. For instance, eating healthy proteins with 200 calories is not the same as eating a dessert with 200 calories. I think it's a no-brainer. The study lead author also questioned the common belief that eating everything, but in moderation, is okay. He called it the moderation myth, referring to it as just an excuse to eat whatever we want. This rips through the mindset that we can eat whatever we want so long as we exercise, portion control, and restrict the total number of calories consumed, irrespective of the source and quality of those calories. Ask yourself these all-important questions. Do you get up in the morning not feeling rusted? Do you feel extreme fatigue during the day? Do you find it hard to focus on the task at hand? And does that make you more likely to procrastinate? Do you experience brain fog when you are not thinking as clearly as you should, and your judgment is impaired, and maybe even you don't realize it at that time? Is decision fatigue bringing you down? Are you able to cope with the daily demands on your life? Does lack of energy make you irritable? Here is the reality. Every day we wake up, we have a choice that we make several times a day. We decide what kind of food we will fuel our body with, and it can serve as a positive input or a negative input. How we feel all throughout the day is largely determined by those inputs and choices. The food we select to put into our body is one of the most important determinants of health, well-being, and energy levels. Many of the problems we face on a daily basis can be attributed to the negative inputs received by our body in terms of quick, rushed food choices. That bag of chips you grabbed as mid-morning snack, that carb-heavy, fat-laden sandwich you ate on the go in place of lunch, that sugar-loaded cookie you downed to overcome that post-lunch drowsiness. We've all been there. All these poor food choices, these negative inputs, send us on a roller coaster of energy highs and lows, sugar spikes and slumps that leave us drained and incapable of peak performance. By now, you could see food isn't just calories. It isn't enough that you ate something and that doesn't make you good to go. It may be a silencer of a grumbling stomach, but it is an amplifier to decision fatigue, disease, and disorder. And you are better than that. As a maximal achiever, you are in demand. You are a role model, and you answer the call when it comes in. Do that for your body. Answer its demand for positive inputs. Feed it high-quality proteins, fibers, antioxidants, and good, nourishing nutrients. That's when you are truly good to go. Your body is a reporter, calling out to you to fuel its needs. It's our job to answer the call. Clearly, some generic mass-produced sandwich or some cellophane-wrapped, dubiously labeled health snack is not going to answer the call. Every time you pick up something to eat, check the ingredients. There could be some good things and some bad things. Maybe the food is rich in vitamins and minerals, but high in sugar as well. Make a mental calculation. Is this going to be a positive input or a negative input? Is this going to be a net gain or a net loss to your body in terms of nutrition? The eat well, perform well, live well way. Consider this. A handful of nuts contain about 165 calories. A can of soda, on the other hand, has about 140 calories. And in spite of this, nuts will provide some sustained energy, whereas soda will result in an immediate sugar high, but followed by a negative output of a slump shortly after. Even some of the foods that claim to be healthy in the box are not really healthy in our body. Many of the low-fat chips or whole grain breakfast cereals can be loaded with carbs and sugar that don't serve us. The cravings that strike in the middle of the day are also fairly specific. You feel the need to reach out for a sweet or those extra salty chips and fries. These cravings are your body telling you it needs sustenance. But it could well be that you are suppressing it with something easy and convenient, even mouth-watering, but something altogether different from what your body actually needs. It is up to you to make every bite and sip count. as a positive input for your body. One of the foundational decisions you can make today is to increase your high-quality protein intake and reduce your refined carbs. Start evaluating the carb to protein ratio of the food you are consuming. For instance, most packaged breakfast cereals have a 10-to-1 ratio, meaning it has 10 grams of carbs to 1 gram of protein. So it has a lot of carbs for very little protein. These will likely give you a short-lived energy spike to begin with, but those energy levels tend to not last. That's not good for you. In comparison, the plant-based protein I often use for my breakfast has only a 1/4 gram of carbs to every 1 gram of protein. Yes, very low amount of carbs and high amount of premium protein serve as a great positive input to my body and my brain in the morning. It provides sustained energy release and increase in the healthy production of dopamine, a brain chemical associated with the reward and reduced food cravings. So if you're facing a slump of energy within a few hours after a carb-heavy breakfast, or looking for that mid-morning pick-me-up, that is your body reporting to you the spike in blood sugar caused by that high-carb meal, which has now dipped and you are craving more carbs. Your body is feeling the grunt of the roller coaster, that sugar ride. It's predictable and it is controllable. Let's control the controllable with choice. Nutritious food choices and positive inputs will bring you into a state of general well-being and improve health. Productivity and energy levels will go up, resulting in an enthusiastic and positive frame of mind. Pretty great mood to take to work and bring home to your family, I'd say. Now, your food decision starts at the point of the initial selection. You're making several important decisions as you pick up items from the supermarket. Your shopping habits influence how things end up in your body. Play on the offense side with your willpower by choosing well from the start, instead of having to deal with resistance and playing defensive with your willpower later when the food is already in the kitchen cabinet and the cravings is at full force. This is how you start to make every bite and every sip count towards a more productive and a more energetic you. Take the example of so-called nutritional bars or breakfast bars, all promising high-quality nutrition and healthy balance of fats, carbs, and proteins. But a study by Ohio State University of a typical nutritional bar found that they are little or no better than an average candy bar. Many nutritional experts now refer to added sugar as toxins, reporting that ingesting these is as harmful as smoking. The inflammatory impact of these sugar foods is known to increase risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Choosing foods with artificial sweeteners or sugar replacement isn't an answer either, because these just make you crave more sweets and more sweet food, and can have their own negative consequences on your body. How would you like to feel beyond just happy and healthy? Another very interesting study relating to food choices examined the eudaimonic well-being and whether food choices impact these as well. Eudaimonic well-being refers to feelings beyond happiness and general satisfaction with life. It refers to a state of flourishing, of engagement with, and the meaning in life. Curiosity and creativity are some behaviors identified as eudaimonic. They are a feeling of joy when playing with your kids, the exhilaration of playing a sport, the rush you feel on a date night. That's what I'm talking about. That feeling of being alive, feeling of being energetic, being enthusiastic. The study found that the consumption of plant-based foods like fruit and vegetables tended to increase this sense of well-being. The connection between food choices and feelings cannot be denied. These studies, as well as our own experiences, show us how our food choices impact our mood as well. Highly processed foods can make you feel lazy, and unhealthy fatty food can make you lethargic and moody. Likewise, some meals make you feel alert and energetic. Listen to your body's reports. Feed it the food it needs. Here's how you can ensure that you start your day positively and enjoy sustained levels of energy, high productivity, and a positive mood as well. Consciously make these changes to your daily dietary habits. Concentrate on quality and not just the quantity of the calories that you consume. A fruit salad with 140 calories is not the same as a can of soda with 140 calories. Eat a wide variety of nutrient-rich foods. Start your day with protein-rich breakfast and skip the convenient high-carb breakfast cereal. Always keep fresh veggies, fruit, containers of nuts and roasted seeds handy at your workspace. These are rich in vitamins, minerals, and healthy fatty acids. The key is to make sure healthy food is easily available. This will make you less likely to walk up to the vending machine for that bag of chips. Design the environment around you to support you and design it for success and good choices. Make your eating decisions before you get hungry. Hunger makes you impulsive. It is seen to disrupt and misguide healthy eating choices. You're more likely to succumb to your craving and reach for that bag of chips, that salt and sugar-laden snacks if you are actually ravenous. To combat this, keep easy to make and healthy food choices within reach. For this reason, I keep my positive input protein shake right in front of me at the kitchen counter, so it's the first thing I see in the morning, and that way I don't have to make a lot of choices, and it's there to support me. The shake works very well for me. Now, the other point too is make sure you hydrate and drink water. Do not wait till you're really thirsty. Not only is hydration vital for a host of body functions, it could help lower intake of unhealthy foods since we often mistake thirst for hunger. Understand your own body and the way that your system works. Your body is a reporter. Listen and learn to what is it trying to tell you and what is it trying to say to you. Think back to the day that you felt your best last week, the day you got the most work done. Now, try to remember what you ate on that day. Take the first step. If you had to make one change today, fix your breakfast. Choose a protein-rich breakfast option and note the difference you'll feel. Understand which food creates which impact on you. Cut out the negative inputs. Make every bite count towards a more energetic and productive you. The trick is not to battle with temptation, but to make healthy food the easiest and most convenient option available. Thank you all for joining me today. The next time you reach out for some food, bear in mind this could well decide how the rest of your day goes. Remember, you are at a fork in the road. Choose the path that leads you to your maximal life. Choose to input what will truly make you good to go. Choose positive input. Make every day a maximal day. If you like what you have seen and heard, please subscribe.